Well, hey, welcome everybody. Second year running for the, well, technically third year, but second year of Kahoot Online running for the Door County Reads Trivia Contest. So we're very excited to see everyone here. You are part of the Door County Reads 2022 Festival. My name is Stephen Rice, as you can see, and quarterbacking the technical end of things is the fantastic Morgan Mann. So we will be your team here today. Just don't feel free to shout us out in the chat if you have any questions, comments, or concerns as we move forward here. So today's event, just to be official, is our Sconnie Trivia. Now I know that Sconnie is not a term for Wisconsinites that everybody is into. I personally like it. So we are going to be doing trivia on everything conceivable in Wisconsin culture, Wisconsin food customs, Wisconsin geography, and Wisconsin sports and games. So hopefully we can cover a broad cross section of everything that makes Wisconsin fabulous here today. So before we begin, a little bit of housekeeping to do. Official program, just so that you know, this program may touch on varying points of view. We thank you for being open to hearing others' opinions and participating in intellectual freedom in a respectful manner. I have done everything in my power to create an entirely politically neutral quiz here today, but you know, people get fired up about cheese too. So I appreciate everybody being open to that sort of thing today. As far as muting goes, please do remain muted throughout the program today. We may mute you if we notice there is extra unneeded sound. We will unmute. We will have a little bit of a break period, potentially at around question 15. This is a 31 question quiz. So we'll see how we're feeling about that point. And at that point, we would unmute so that folks can just have a little charming chit chat. But in general, please do remain muted. Use the chat feature, as I say, to ask questions. We can't promise that all questions will be used during this session. We thank you for your participation. That's going to be your main avenue if things aren't working out for you with the quiz. And we'll do everything we can to make the technical side of things work for you today. We do not include live transcription for this particular event. If you wish to enable it, what was the thought, Morgan, on that? Just take a poll or?
Oh, for muting or pictures?
Or for closed captioning.
Oh, closed captioning. If anyone would like closed captioning, raise your hand or say so so you'd like closed captioning. I will turn that on then, and I'll let you take it from there, Steve.
Yep, please click the CC or closed caption symbol, whichever you prefer in the bottom toolbar, and then click show subtitle. You'll not be able to have the chat and closed captioning enabled at the same time. Just be aware of that. So Zoom toggles back and forth between those two functions. That's not something, unfortunately, that we can change on our end. If you're into the social media game, our hashtag is Door County Reads for all of our Door County Reads events during this festival. So please don't hesitate to use it if you want to share how things are going here in trivia for you. And with that, that's all my homework for today. So I'll talk a little bit about our fabulous prizes. That's right, there are prizes for this. We are giving out very thoughtfully, after a long, hard thought, based on the success that we had last year. Folks, we're giving out cash. We are giving out cold, hard Door County bucks for this. First prize, $30 in Destination Door County gift certificates redeemable at a very wide variety of phenomenal local businesses here in Door County. Second prize, $20, $10 for prize number 3 for third place. So there's something to play for here, folks. This is real. This is the real deal. This is serious trivia. 31 questions here today. We'll see how we kind of chunk forward through this. If we feel like it's appropriate, we can take a little break ski. That's a nice Wisconsin term for you. Break ski around question 15 for 5 minutes. If everybody is feeling lots of momentum, we can just say, what the heck? If you're from out of state, we would be more than happy to mail your gift certificates to you. If you are from the Door County area, we will be more than happy to have them for pickup at the Sturgeon Bay Library desk. So our winners can give Morgan in private message their contact information at the end, and we will make sure you get your prizes. So not to worry. And I believe a lot of those are redeemable online as well for out of state folks. We've got some ups and drops still here, so folks kind of still getting in. We want to make sure everybody is ready to play before we begin the serious business here today. Nah, it's not so
I
serious.
have everyone in who is in the waiting room, so
okay,
we are good there.
All right.
If you have any technical problems, feel free to private message me and I will help you work through any of those. Or if you drop out from here at the Zoom meeting, just rejoin and I will be letting you in.
Perfect. All right. Given that, I may not.
Keely has a question, so I'm going to allow her to unmute.
Perfect. Yes.
Can you not unlock it because Juju it just kicked her out of the Kahoot game and she's probably gonna get in.
Okay, I will keep the game unlocked.
Okay, thank you so much.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for being here and playing and being patient. You know, there's always those. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. This looks like the group that we had from before. All right, we will keep the game unlocked. If anyone wants to jump back in, you go right ahead if something happens, but we are going to get started. So format, we have some loose categories here, around 10 questions each. We're going to be starting with Wisconsin geography, a little bit of Wisconsin kind of history in there too. 10 questions of that. 10 questions of Wisconsin food and food culture. And then finally, we'll be wrapping up with Wisconsin sports and games for our final 10 questions. But first, our first question actually deals with Door County Reads. So prepare yourselves and let's play Kahoot. Kahoot at work. I'm not at work. This is fun. It's Sconnie trivia, folks. Here we go. First question. Who is the author of the 2 Door County Reads selections this year? That's right. Is it Triangle Bill Bryson? Is it Diamond Michael Perry, Circle Garrison Keeler, or Square Paul Thoreau? This is our one actual book-related question, and yes, it is Michael Perry, Bill Bryson, a bicultural humorist, UK and US. Garrison Keeler is Michael Perry, but from Minnesota, so we don't talk about him. And Paul Thoreau, of course, famous travel author, been all over the world. But yes, it is Michael Perry. Good on you, all you folks who read the books, looked at the books, cared about the books. You know, this is a Door County Reads. We had to have at least one book question right. All right, moving on. And in the lead is Rennie, but pretty tight so far. Early runnings yet. Let's not worry too much about that leaderboard. This region of rugged hills and valleys in southwestern Wisconsin was missed by glaciers during the last ice age. Is it Triangle, the driftless area, Diamond, the superior upland, Circle, the Willapa Hills, or Square, the terraces? And you'll see here we've got a little image reveal happening. It's sort of a clue, also just an image. If you can get a clue out of it, that's cool, but it'll be coming in as we move forward. It is Triangle, the driftless area, covering most of the southwestern part of the state, our own little kind of Wisconsin answer to Appalachia here. Really, really beautiful and really special. Superior Upland, another area of Wisconsin in the northern part of the state. The Willapa Hills are actually in Oregon and the terraces are in Louisiana. Keely, is that a new question or another question that we had?
Okay, it was the first one. So the one with Garrison Keeler, I went to school with her daughter Maya Keeler.
Oh, neat. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, we got a lot of Garrison Keeler fans around here too, but maybe that's just because my dad's from Minnesota.
I was like, oh my God, that's Maya Keeler's father.
He's a big going concern in this part of the world. All right, folks. All right, moving on. Very good. Excellent geography knowledge, folks. We're starting strong. And as you can see, things move real fast here in Kahoot. Polar Bunk in number 1, Pink Gal's coming up at number 2, and Rennie still on the board in 3rd place with Jamie and David threatening. Moving on. This island in Lake Superior is the only one of the Apostle Islands open for commercial development. Is it Triangle Isle Royal, Diamond Outer Island, Circle Madeline Island, or Square Stockton Island? Getting some of that northern Wisconsin business there. Oh, that was fast. Yes, it is Circle Madeline Island. Of course, diverse commercial developments on the Apostle Islands throughout history, but these days, the only place you can build or develop or go with a car is Madeline Island. Isle Royal, of course, a large and prominent island in Lake Superior, but not one of the Apostles. And both Outer Island and Stockton Island are Apostle Islands, but no commercial development on them, folks. Outstanding. Let's see what we're doing. Oh, Rennie's threatening again. Pink Gal still on the board. David's moving up. Jamie's still there. And Polar Bunk retains the top spot. Fantastic. Visitors to the National Freshwater Fishing Museum in Hayward will marvel at the world's largest blank. Is it Triangle Perch, Diamond Northern Pike, Circle Walleye, or Square Muskie? What is the world's largest thing at the Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame in Hayward? And it is muskie. It's a very large muskie, folks. You can actually walk up into it and peer out of its mouth on an observation deck. It's so big. Lots of other very large fish in the sculpture garden at the National Freshwater Fishing Museum. It's actually really kind of cool. But the muskie is the claim to fame. I believe that somebody actually got married on the muskie's mouth at one point or another. So, how we doing? Oh my God, Polar Bunk. We've got one of these trivia folks here, folks. But I mean, look at that. Rennie is right on the tail. We're talking a tiny point differential. Pink Gal still threatening David, and Dave Lee moving up onto the bubble. The Fox and Wisconsin rivers come within 2 miles of each other in this Wisconsin city. Is it Triangle Shiocton, Diamond Prairie Duchesne, Circle Portage, or Square Plover? And there is a little clue in the imagery, an image of the area, at least. Very pretty area too. It is Portage. Yes, it is. Very, very short distance between those two. Historically interesting because that was a passage between the Great Lakes and the Mississippi River once upon a time. You could sail all the way between Lake Michigan and the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, by the time they built a canal, the railroad was there and it really wasn't cost effective anymore. But the canal's still there, just not fully connected. Very neat. Portage, very pretty city. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Rennie in the top spot, charging ahead. Oh man, oh man. It's gonna be a fight today, folks. I just know it. I just know it. This Wisconsin university features the world's largest letter M, which is lit on fire each spring. Is it Triangle UW Platteville, Diamond UW Madison, Circle UW Superior, or is it Square UW Milwaukee? And there it is, in fact. It is UW Platteville. Ooh, we tricked him. Very good. The M actually stands for mining, which is the mining school was the originator of that particular large letter M. But it is a huge tradition during the Miners' Ball in the spring at Platteville that the Platteville Mound M, which is what it's called, gets lit on fire. So, good to know that I can still write somewhat tricky questions, even with a hard crowd like this. Fantastic. Whoever had Platteville knows their UW schools. Oh, and it's Pink Gal again. Oh my goodness. I can't handle the tension, folks. I really can't. Really solid top 5, folks. Somebody's got to crack that business. Kashana is the top capital of this First Nations tribal reservation, the largest east of the Mississippi River. Is it Triangle the Menominee Nation, Diamond the Ojibwa, Circle the Ho-Chunk, or Square the Oneida? And here is a shot of that beautiful, beautiful piece of land. Yes, it is the Menominee Nation. Absolutely in northeastern Wisconsin here. Ojibwa Nation, also known as the Chippewa, extensive tribal lands in the far north of the state. The Ho-Chunk, their ancestral lands run in the eastern to southern part of the state. And of course, the Oneida Reservation within the boundaries of Green Bay, a very substantial reservation there. But it is the Menominee Nation. Outstanding. Oh, we've got some movement, folks. We've got some serious movement. Some of the champions moving down, some new champions being born. I think big stuff is happening. I really do. Tours in these amphibious vehicles are a longtime attraction for visitors to Wisconsin Dells. The Wisconsin answer to Vegas is a Triangle fan boat, Diamond the duck boat, Circle the hovercraft, or Square the amphicar. And there's a pretty substantial clue. It's a duck boat. Absolutely. Yes, a long-time attraction at the Dells. Out of the many somewhat strange and random attractions that are there at the Dells are the duck boat tours. So you can see those beautiful rock formations on the Wisconsin River from an amphibious vehicle. A lot of those old military surplus that were acquired through various means back in the middle part of the 20th century. Very cool. No movement here. We're just cementing our positions, folks. This lake, the largest entirely within Wisconsin, is a nationally renowned freshwater fishing destination. And there you're going to see it. Is it Triangle Pettenwell Lake, Diamond Lake Winnebago, Circle Lake Mendota, or Square Lake Butte des Morts? And it is Triangle Lake Winnebago. Pretty decent question there. Yeah, Pettenwell Lake on the Wisconsin River, quite substantial, but not the largest in the state. Lake Mendota, of course, one of the twin lakes that surround Madison, our state capital, and Lake Butte des Morts, one of the chain of lakes on the Fox River, which does connect to Lake Winnebago, but not the largest lake. Oh, the fight is intense, folks. It is very intense. Oh my goodness, I should have gone with, I don't know, maybe a mimosa instead of coffee around here. The Republican Party can trace its roots to the 1854 schoolhouse meeting in this central Wisconsin city. Is it Triangle Stevens Point, Diamond Baraboo, Circle Beaver Dam, or Square Ripon? Very nice. Yes, indeed. It is Ripon, Wisconsin. The Republican Party, of course, galvanized by in the 1850s by the slavery issue, splitting off from the Whigs, and had its first official meeting in a schoolhouse in Ripon, which of course still stands. And in 6 short years after its founding, had its first and maybe still greatest triumph, the election of a fellow you might have heard of named Abraham Lincoln. Pretty impressive stuff from that simple, humble beginning. All right. Oh my goodness. Somebody's got to challenge these people, folks. They're just too good at trivia. They're just too good at trivia. Sun Prairie boasts one of the largest festivals in the country dedicated to this vegetable. Is it Triangle Carrots, Diamond Beans, Circle Tomatillos, or Square Sweet Corn? And this little trivia master needed to find a higher resolution graphic, but that is in fact what it looks like. It is sweet corn. Yes, I think something like 80 tons of sweet corn, a ridiculous amount of sweet corn consumed at the Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival every year. Definitely worth your time if you're a fan of that particular treat in the summer. I gotta make harder questions here, folks. I can't stump these people. I really can't. Which of the following foods is not a traditional garnish for Wisconsin's iconic old-fashioned cocktail? Is it Triangle mushrooms, Diamond cherries, Circle pickles, or Square olives? which is not one of the traditional garnishes. Pickles is not a traditional garnish for the old fashioned. I'm sure there's plenty of places that have old fashions with pickles in them, but mushrooms, cherries, and olives are all classic choices. And yes, for those non-Wisconsinites, non-old fashioned connoisseurs, mushrooms is a classic choice to garnish your old fashioned with. Old fashioned sour, usually, but I'm a particular fan of the pickled mushrooms in my beverage. A little bit different, but you know, so is Wisconsin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Slices of this rich sausage are traditionally served with raw onions on toast or as a topping for Ritz crackers. Is it triangle Jaeger schnitzel, diamond knockwurst, circle kielbasa, or square Braunschweiger? And there's a, again, a fairly substantial clue there for you coming in on the image reveal. It is Braunschweiger. Absolutely liver sausage. Braunschweiger, a variety of Metwurst, traditionally from southern Germany, but we do it a little differently here. Braunschweiger and Ritz, a classic, also amazing with raw onions. Jaeger Schnitzel, pounded flat pork cutlet, breaded with mushrooms, is what Jaeger Schnitzel is, delicious. Knackwurst, a hot dog-ish kind of sausage from northern Germany, and of course kielbasa, the classic Polish sausage, popular in Chicago with mustard and onions. So I'm hungry now, is what I'm trying to say. And Dave Lee, winning out, the Braunschweiger King takes over the lead on the strength of the liver sausage. This mild yellow cheese, created in Wisconsin in 1885, was named after its town of origin. Is it Triangle Brick, Diamond Colby, Circle Cabot, or Square Limburger? This is pure Wisconsin. There you go. Colby, of course, little unassuming town in central Wisconsin, but it is part of one of the best little areas in the world for cheese. That belt going from Green Bay to the Twin Cities is just loaded with goodness. And Colby, wonderful mild yellow cheese. Brick also originated in Wisconsin, but not named after its town of origin. Cabot, that's from Vermont, folks. Don't even go there. And Limburger, named after its town of origin, but that town happens to be in the Netherlands. So excellent. Oh, Rennie's charging. Rennie's charging. It's getting heated, folks. It's getting really heated. Frozen custard, a Milwaukee specialty, is distinguished from ice cream by the addition of this key ingredient. Is it triangle butter, diamond honey, circle eggs, or square cream? What is the thing that you add to frozen custard to make it different from ice cream? There are actually a couple differences, but this is the key ingredient. Yes, it is circle eggs. Eggs make the difference, also known French vanilla ice cream, same idea. The other difference is that it is churned differently. It has to have a certain proportion of eggs and cream, and it has much less air in it. So it is dense and thick and rich rather than being kind of lighter and fluffier. Frozen custard, Milwaukee specialty, but you know, loved and adored anywhere that a Culver's restaurant can be found. So good. All right, folks. Anyone want a break? I think we're at question 15, but you all are cooking along. I don't know if it's necessary. Anyone wants a break, say so in the chat. We'll do 5 minutes. Let's look at the leaderboard while we think about it. No break, says Michelle. All right. Oh, man. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. Made a comeback with 3 in a row. Dave Lee, you even get a shout out from Kahoot itself. Not bad. All right. Hearing none, we're moving forward. Let's go. Let's get this thing going, folks. Stella's Bakery in Madison popularized this spicy treat, which still draws big crowds at the weekly farmers market. Is it triangle cheese bread, diamond extra hot chili, circle butter burgers, or square jalapeno biscuits? Why did I have to do something food related? There is a individual from Stella's, a couple individuals from Stella's. Gotcha. Bingo. It is triangle cheese bread. Stella's hot and spicy cheese bread has been a fixture in Madison since it first opened in 1988. And if you haven't been to Madison and to the Dane County Farmers Market, you have got to go. You can buy this stuff in the store, but it is so much better when you get it fresh and hot from the stand. You pull one of those loaves apart and the cheese strings are just beyond belief. Covered with spicy red pepper flakes too. It is really something special, gang. You got to have it. I'm going to drool too much. I can't do trivia anymore. Oh, and Pink Gal surges back into the lead. Can't sleep on Pink Gal, folks. Rennie and Dave Lee still very, very dangerous in second and third, respectively, with David and Jamie moving up into the bubble. This sweet buttery pastry creation, Wisconsin's official state pastry, originated in Racine in the late 1800s. Is it triangle stroopwafel, diamond Bismarck, circle kringle, or square cruller? There's a pretty substantial clue for you folks. Oh God, nobody's fooled by this stuff. It's kringle, of course. One of the best ways to get sugar and butter into your body ever invented by man. Stroopwafels, of course, from the Netherlands. Tiny little crispy caramely waffles. They are delicious. Bismarck, a jelly donut, originally from Berlin, called a Berliner, but heavily adopted here in the States. And the cruller, another wonderful donut variant. Yeah, I like sugar. Okay. No fooling these top people. They are on fire. This brewery, the beer that made Milwaukee famous, was the largest beer producer in the world in the 1950s. Was it Triangle Blatz, Diamond Miller, Circle Schlitz, or Square Pabst? Had to have a beer question, folks. It's Wisconsin, for goodness sake. And here we have a classic ad. Yes, indeed. It is the Schlitz Brewery, the beer that made Milwaukee famous. They rolled that slogan out in, I think, 1902 and kept it going for quite a while, having a little bit of resurgence is Schlitz, but so are all those other classics. Certainly Pabst Blue Ribbon, a very trendy beer of the last 10 years. But yes, it is Schlitz, the beer that made Milwaukee famous. Jamie and Polar Bunk surging back onto the bubble on the strength of a nice glass of beer. Pewaukee, Wisconsin is the hometown of this cream liqueur, which became a sensation upon its introduction in 2009. Is it Triangle Mozart Black, Diamond Bailey's Irish Cream, Circle Tequila Rose, or Square Rumchata? Yes, it's Rumchata, made in Wisconsin. We wouldn't think it, but it is, and what a delicious thing it is too. Like me some Baileys and coffee occasionally, but Rumchata is seriously good. The horchata flavor combined with the rum flavor, primo stuff. Major fight happening here on the bubble, but those top three just cannot be cracked, folks. I don't know. Somebody's got to do it. We'll see. We're moving out of Foden into sports here in a bit. Bakeries in this Wisconsin town are famous for their hard rolls, like crunchy buns with roots in German cuisine. And I do love these. Triangle Two Rivers. Is it Diamond Kenosha, Circle Sheboygan, or Square Manitowoc? Where do you get the best hard rolls? There's a hardworking person with hard rolls. And of course, any Sconnie worth their salt, Sheboygan makes the best hard rolls. City Bakery, the most famous, but I think basically every bakery that anywhere near Sheboygan produces their version of these delightful things. And they make, in my opinion, darn near the best hamburger bun you'll ever see. So good. Yeah, no fooling the seasoned Sconnies in our top 5, gang. They know their cuisine. This whimsical ice cream flavor, strongly associated with Wisconsin, has a flavor between amaretto and Fruit Loops. Is it Triangle Blue Moon, Diamond Tutti Fruity, Circle Raspberry Ripple, or Square Tiger Tail? And there's some options for you. It is Blue Moon, Absolutely. Blue Moon, not maybe originated in Wisconsin. Hard to say. Some folks say it was invented in Kenosha, but strongly associated definitely with the upper Midwest and Wisconsin in particular. And nobody can seem to define what the heck this stuff tastes like. I always thought it tasted like amaretto. It is a delicious ice cream flavor. Tutti Frutti, a mixed fruit pink ice cream, originated, I believe, in Italy, but very popular throughout the country. Raspberry Ripple, Raspberry Ripple, folks. You can find that all over the place. Tiger Tail, very interesting. It is a Canadian specialty. It is a licorice and orange swirl ice cream. So I don't know how you all feel about that. Not sure if that sounds like the best thing in the world to me, but it is a sensation in Canada. And once again, our top 5 remain uncontested. I don't know, folks, pretty intense. This minor league baseball team were known as the Appleton Foxes before adopting their present name in 1995. Is it Triangle, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, Diamond, the Wisconsin Woodchucks, Circle, the Green Bay Bullfrogs, or Square, the Milwaukee Braves? Oh, people are surging in. And there you see their beautiful ballpark where they play baseball. Very good stuff. It's the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Appleton Fox is great. Their most famous, and indeed he is very famous, veteran would be Alex Rodriguez, who played minor league baseball there in the early to mid 90s before becoming, a true MLB superstar. Got the pleasure of seeing him as a kid. Amazing stuff. Wisconsin Woodchucks, a minor league baseball team. I think that's a summer league team. The Green Bay Bullfrogs, currently called the Green Bay Rockers, are the summer league team from Green Bay, and the Milwaukee Braves, of course, now the Atlanta Braves in the MLB. So we're moving into sports, but that hasn't phased our trivia champions. My God, this top 5. Dave Lee is kind of surging there. All right, moving on. The Madison Radicals represent Wisconsin in this sport, first pioneered by college students in 1968. Is it Triangle Dodgeball, Diamond Lacrosse, Circle Ultimate Frisbee, or Square Disc Golf? And here we see, fairly substantial clue. It is Ultimate Frisbee, folks. Yes, technically called Ultimate because the name Frisbee is trademarked. So Ultimate is the official sports name, but colloquially known as Ultimate Frisbee. Is a huge deal on most college campuses, and Madison in particular is fanatical about Ultimate Frisbee. And with that, Jamie makes it onto the bubble, threatening. A lot of action in those 4 and 5 slots, folks. This sausage was added to the Milwaukee Brewers' famous sausage race in 2006. This is my favorite question. I love the sausage race. Was it Triangle Metwurst, Diamond Chorizo, Circle Andouille, or Square Blood Sausage? There's a pretty serious clue there. Of course, it's the chorizo, who was added in 2006, debuting as a permanent member of the sausage race team in 2007. I think, for my money, the sausage race at the Milwaukee Brewers Park is one of the best things about Wisconsin. I just think it's the best. Nothing cooler and cornier than the sausage race. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. Again, an intense fight for 4 and 5, but man, oh man, we cannot crack those top 3. They are just going. They're going. The Green Bay Packers wore this sponsor's name on their uniforms during their first NFL season in 1921. Was it Triangle, the Green Bay Box Company, Diamond, Indian Packing Company, Circle, Green Bay Press Gazette, or Square, Acme Packing Company? And here's a little clue. Here's a modern recreation of those early uniforms, throwback uniform. Had to be changed because they don't allow brown helmets anymore. It is the Acme Packing Company. So this is a little bit tricky. Green Bay Box Company still exists under a different name. One of our seasoned paper makers in Green Bay. The Indian Packing Company, actually the first sponsor for the Green Bay Packers, but their name was never on the uniform when they were in the NFL. The Green Bay Press-Gazette, heavily involved, or at least their publisher was, in actually making sure the team worked as an investor, but it was the Acme Packing Company. On their throwback uniforms for the last 5 years, they actually would be called the Acme Packers. A little bit of Looney Tunes business there. Well, Polar Bunk and David got some points for that, but I don't see any movement on the board. Moving forward, in this University of Wisconsin football tradition, the Badger Band performs for 15 minutes after the game. What is that tradition called? Is it Triangle, the final countdown, Diamond, the fifth quarter, Circle, the last hurrah, or Square, the big 15? And here we have the energetic high stepping of the Badger Band. It is the fifth quarter, absolutely. Playing for first the winning team, then the defeated team, their respective fight songs, and then doing a bit of good concert business. So folks often stay after the games at Camp Rattle to see that. Nothing like a really high-class marching band. Maybe that's a dorky sentiment, but man, oh man, I love it. Well, there you go. Somebody cracked that top three. Polar Bunk surging into third place. Davely down onto the bubble. And David with a high answer streak of 3. Don't sleep on David, folks. I think he's going places. Debuting in 1977, this Milwaukee Bucks mascot is known for his high energy antics and acrobatic stunt dunking. Is it Triangle Bucko, Diamond Blazer, Circle Bango, or Square Antler? And there he is. There's the man himself. Riling up the crowd. It's Bango, folks. Chosen by a contest in that year, a fan contest to name them, name their new mascot. He's famous for his little green sweater that was a part of the Milwaukee Bucks logo back in the 1970s. It was a dapper little fella. Fun fact, the Milwaukee Bucks name is actually from a result of a fan contest too, but Bucks was only the second place finisher. The most popular name for that team was the Wisconsin Robins, after our state bird, but the ownership made an executive decision and said, we're not going to be the Robins, folks. So they went with the second place finisher, the Bucks. Bango does a lot of bouncing and backflips and all that good stuff. A lot of fun. And the only result of that little bit of trivia is that Pink Gal has increased the lead even. I don't know. I saw a performance like this. Maybe it's the same person. Saw a performance like this last year too. Incredible. Green Bay Packers great Reggie White earned this nickname during his time with the team. Was he Triangle, the Minister of Defense, Diamond, the Kitchen, Circle, the Refrigerator, or Square, the Sultan of SWAT? Here we have a epic moment in Packers history as he prepares to sack Drew Bledsoe to win the Packers Super Bowl. Yes, he was the Minister of Defense. Reggie White, famously an evangelical minister, and who incorporated a lot of his theological doings into his time with the team. Really fantastic human being, and a unbelievable all-star in defense in the NFL to this day. Still one of the tops. Just so you know, those other nicknames are real. The Sultan of SWAT, of course, is Babe Ruth. Pink Gal on fire. 3 correct answers in a row. From sports to food to geography, there's no fooling Pink Gal here. All right, we're moving forward. Long-time endorsement, this refreshing beverage. Was it Triangle Cola, Diamond Seltzer, Circle Root Beer, or Square Lemonade? What did Robin Youn endorse? There he is. Looks like he's saying something rude. It is lemonade. Robinade is actually what it's called, and you can still get it. I believe it's a charitable effort on his part. He donates the proceeds to charity, and I've had it. It's quite good. So, especially if you're in the Milwaukee area, but you can still get it in Green Bay. Check out in the store, see if you can get a bottle of Robinade, his longtime product endorsement. Robin Yount, one of the great mullets of all baseball history. Polar Bunk cements their position in the third slot. Other than that, no movement on the board. I know, folks, we're coming in. Particularly popular in Wisconsin, this card game is a relative of the traditional Bavarian game Schapkopf. Is it triangle sheephead, diamond cribbage, circle bridge, or square euchre? Everybody knows this one. Yeah, it's sheep's head. I still don't know the rules to that game, my God, but I know people are passionate about it. Cribbage, definitely not. Bridge, no. Euchre, a very, very popular game in Wisconsin, but it is part of a different family of French card games. I did a lot of fun research into the lineage of card games to come up with this question. It's fascinating stuff if you ever want to look it up. Polar Bunk says, I'm staying on this podium. I'm not going anywhere. Rennie and Pink Gal, rocks of Gibraltar, folks. Rocks of Gibraltar. Still room to move, though. All right, what do we got? I believe this is the last one. Lake Geneva resident Gary Gygax created this game with a group of his close friends in the early 1970s. Is it Triangle Battleship, Diamond Magic the Gathering, Circle Illuminati, or Square Dungeons and Dragons? And there is Gary Gygax himself. It's Dungeons and Dragons, of course. Absolutely. Really fantastic stuff. Yep. A real revolutionary, but of course controversial too. I know there's a lot of questions about who truly is responsible for originating that game amongst that group of friends. Lots of fascinating reading to be done and movies to be seen, documentaries to be seen on that if you're interested. Very nerdy hobby, but also a very fascinating and deep one that I've done from time to time. All right, gang, folks, that's it. Who wins? Let's see. Well, we know. In third slot, Rennie. Polar Bunk comes in at number 2. And of course, in first place, we have Pink Gal with runners up Dave and Davely, the dual Daves in the runners up spot. Hey, congratulations, folks. Really nicely done. Congrats to our winners. Now, all of our winners, could you please message Morgan privately in the chat? Send her your contact information. If you're from out of state, we will mail your prizes to you. Otherwise, or we can if you wish, if you're in state too. Otherwise, they will be available for pickup at the Door County Library Sturgeon Bay branch desk starting next week. Got a little boilerplate here for you at the end, gang. Just a little reminder about our upcoming Door County Reads events. So we're doing a play reading of Kodachrome by the Peninsula Players on February 7th, a Wisconsin Rights panel on February 8th. Kagan Hiringa from Crossroads at Big Creek will present Won't You Be My Neighbor on February 9th. Supporting Wisconsin Writers panel coming in on the 10th, another play reading of Population 485, one of our 2 books at Rogue Theater on the 11th, a panel discussion called Things Like Hope and Faith on February 12th, and then the Griffin String Quartet on the 12th as well, and a final book discussion on the 14th. So tons of Door County Reads content coming your way. Go to doorcountyreads.org for the calendar, the links, the codes. Thank you so much, everybody. Tons of fun.